Yes, so now we're going to complete the trio for number 7 with number 7 part 3. It says find the gradient of the line with equation x plus 4y minus 3 is equal to 0. So that's another way of representing a straight line. Instead of saying y is equal to mx plus c, you have x, that's ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. That's one way of, another way of representing a straight line. So we have to find the gradient of that line, because as is, we cannot really identify the gradient just by looking at it, because y is not the subject of the formula. So that's why they say to find the gradient. Instead of identifying the gradient or state the gradient, we can state the gradient, we have to find it, because this is not in the form where y is the subject of the formula. So we have to rearrange this to make y the subject of the formula, and then that's what we're going to know what is the gradient of that line. And hence, now after we do that, hence find the equation of the line parallel to another line, parallel to itself, that passing through the point, that's the other line, passing through a point minus 8, 7. And we know the reason for the point minus 8, 7 is to find c. So we're going to rearrange that equation to find the gradient, all right? And since the lines are parallel, we're going to use that new line now that passing through that point. Its gradient will also be that same gradient, okay? Because once they tell you to find the equation, you have to find the gradient and the y-intercept. So we're going to find the gradient by rearranging that equation, and the gradient we get there, we're going to grab it, and we're going to use it to complete the equation, because we need it and that point to find c, and then we can complete our new equation since we have m and c. But now we have a further thing to do. We have to write our answer in the form ax plus by is equal to c, where a, b, and c are integers. So that's what we're going to do for that assignment. Here you have some notes from the booklet with regards to this. Parallel lines have the same gradient. Lines in the equation of the form, find the gradient and then find the equation. So you have an example, similar. As you can see how they rearrange and they make y the subject. So the gradient now is minus 3. So we take that minus 3 and the point that was given, and we find c, which is negative 7. And then now we can complete that new equation, y is equal to minus 3x minus 7, but we have to write it in a new form, which of course they did not show there. We can do it, take a look at it, but it's not done here. All right, as you can see, this also write it in the form ax plus by is equal to c, but the example left it like that. To do that, they would have to transfer the minus 3x across, becomes a positive, leave the negative 7, so it will be 3x plus y equal negative 7. That's what it would have been. Now let's do an example now. Find the gradient of the line 10x plus 5y minus 9 equals 0. Find it, we have to rearrange that, get the gradient, hence find the equation. We have the gradient already, parallel, because they are parallel, we're going to use that same gradient, and we're going to use that new point to find the new equation, and we have to write our answer in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. All right, where a, b, and c are integers. So in our solution for the example, we must, just to reiterate, we must, okay, rearrange 10x plus 5y minus 9 equals 0 to make y the subject of the formula, okay, so that we can know what the gradient of that line is. Okay, so let's rearrange. How to rearrange? We have to cancel out, since 5y is already, okay, remember is y we're trying to make the subject of the formula, and y is already positive, so we leave it right there. So we're going to cancel out 10x, and we're going to cancel out minus 9. 10x by subtracting, minus 9 by adding. Okay, subtract 10x on both sides, add 9 on both sides. So minus 10x and plus 9 is on the right side. So 5y is equal to minus 10x plus 9. And then we divide by 5 on both sides to make y the subject. Divide negative 10. You see how it is written. X by itself multiply, and you divide the negative 10 by 5 to get negative 2. And you have the 9 over 5. This is C. We don't really need it. What we need is the gradient, which is negative 2. The lines are parallel. So therefore now, since M1 is negative 2, M2 supposed to be negative 2 also, because the lines are parallel. Parallel lines have the same gradient. the gradients are equal. Hence, M2 have to be -2 also. M1 is -2, M2 is -2. So therefore, now we have the gradient of that new line, which is -2 also. What we need to find now is C. To find C, we're going to use the point that was given to us. All right. The point is -18 minus 13. X is 18. Y is -13. We know M is -2. We're going to substitute these values in Y is equal to mx plus C to find C. Here it is. Leave C on the right side. When you multiply M by X -2 by 18, you get -36. Cancel out the -36 by adding. And then when you add -13 plus 46, you get 23. Therefore, we can write the equation, a new equation, which has a gradient of -2 and a y-intercept of 23. Now, we are not through because we have to write it in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. So we transfer -2 across, it becomes positive. We cancel out 23 by subtracting, and here it is, ax plus by plus c, which is -23, is equal to 0. So you have to apply this now to the question number 7, part 3. Okay. Always watch the videos with pen and pencil and your notebook for you to be practicing, and then apply it now to the